Cracked.
Give me dice!
One enemy remaining.
Oh, yes.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go!
Skilled.
Oh, shit.
Funny.
No! No, I got... Oh! Get clipped, homie! Get clipped, bucko! I ruined!
These are words that definitely I, Inari Yoko, can not be attributed with, unfortunately. As Ben Starr put it, I am a
professional idiot, and self-certified professional idiot, and it's a proper thing. Please don't look it up, I beg of you.
You get the picture. I am an idiot. I am a gremlin. The only good trait I probably have is my totally tempered love for female characters in video games. So what the hell is this video all about? I am about to celebrate my 4th year anniversary of streaming as a VTuber to all of you, my precious foxtrots. And I think now is the time to answer the question some of you probably have or are still wondering. What kind of gamer is Inari Yoko? On the surface, I'd like to believe I am a very chill, yes! casual,
All these... And nice. Good shit. No way you can charge! That was
variety gamer. I tend to prioritize a game's fun factor over a game's genre and overall unique traits. And of course, to address the elephant in the room, I am heavily biased towards female characters in video games. It has practically become a community joke that if a game has a female protagonist or a protagonist that is customizable, creatable, it is dubbed an Inari game. And not going to lie, I 100% vibe with that. It has gone to the point where I have not played as Leon in Resident Evil 4 Remake since a month or so after its launch, when modders were modding the hell out of that game to the point that I have a chunk of Tekken, Street Fighter, and Marvel Rivals characters in it. And I have like 1,500 hours in the game, and still counting. And I'm still not playing as Leon. For the chill vibes, I mean, it's quite odd to say when perhaps you as a viewer, as a foxtrot, you probably noticed that not many of my games generally have a chill vibe intrinsically. Like, it's not there as its core design of being chill. Like, I don't regularly stream games like Animal Crossing or web fishing, which I did stream before a short period of time, and I genuinely enjoyed it. But I do love just having a chill vibe with any game I play. As weird as it is to hear, be it Elden Ring, Resident Evil 4, or even Street Fighter 6, I love chilling and just focusing on what games should be. Fun. I really like chilling, be it a single-player game or with friends as we play a multiplayer game. And I will admit, my definition of chill may not be a conventional definition of the word. I mean, speedrunning Resident Evil 4 Remake with limitations like no death on the highest difficulty and no first aid sprays? Yeah, believe me when I say I do chill with that vibe. Now, on top of generally being or trying to bring a chill vibe when I play, I also consider myself a fairly casual gamer. Like, probably the highest achievement I've gotten in a game, in a competitive sense, is reaching Master Rank in Street Fighter 6. Shoutouts to Blue and Vij for the Soft-Boiled Sea Scramble. Getting decent times in Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 3. remake speedruns, being able to defeat Malenia from Elden Ring without getting hit and without using cheesy tactics. And overall, I really rarely sweat in games, and I just love having fun. I mean, let's take Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero for example. Now, being a gacha game, if there is one thing that's very prolific in the whole climate and the scene for these games, meta. Heard this a lot of times, be it fighting games, even shooting games, hero shooters, or arcade shooters, literally any multiplayer game. There is a meta. There really is a meta. Be it tier lists, optimal builds, rotations, yada yada yada. I mean, it's a lot of peak gamer jargon and words that I genuinely really do not care too much about. All I really care about for my lineups is 1, are my characters hot? 2, are my characters using the right proper gear? It may not be the meta gear for them, but are they using the right gear for their kit? 3, am I playing them properly while also having fun? I mean, there are crazy tactics out there that would make fighting game players blush in terms of execution. And I am not going to lie, it does look sick. Case in point, quick swap in Wuthering Waves. Be it with Changli or not, quick swap is not an easy playstyle or team comp, but it is very sick to look at and it's fun to do. My priority, however, all the time really is my definition and version of fun. So from a spectator, it may look like an unoptimized mess. Like, it looks like I do not know what the hell I'm doing. Like, I'm not dealing the most amount of damage given my team composition. Like, the members in my team make no sense. There's a lack. If there is no synergy, there's a lack of it. But it is a fun, unoptimized mess for me. And I do not even dunk or hate or criticize or even judge those that sweat in games. My priority really is, are you having fun? Right? Even if it's sweating, if you're having fun while you sweat, do not let anyone convince you that that is impossible. You have my utmost respect if you can sweat and have fun. And again, priority, having fun. Like, if you're not having fun, why bother? Now, that takes commitment, not going to lie. Having fun and sweating, and obviously sweating, takes commitment, sheer fucking will, and zen-like patience. 3 things which I think I only have a modicum of. If there is one of those 3 things I think I do have is, well, contrary to my occasional outbursts, depending on the context, patience. I mean, to be fair, I did spend maybe 5 to 6 hours trying to defeat Malenia without getting hit. I mean, if that's not patience, I don't know what is. Now, there have been times, however, that my fellow mutuals and even some of you ask, how is it that I am, quote-unquote, so good at video games? Now, as much as I would like to claim and own that compliment, I honestly credit that to a trait or perk. Yes, gamer term trait and perk that I have been born and blessed with. Let me introduce you to Quick Learner perk. So, do you know in a lot of games, especially in RPG games, that maybe have an item or a skill or maybe even an armor piece that has like a buff that increases the amount of experience points you gain, be it by a very humble, small, or considerable substantial amount? That is probably the closest metaphor and comparison I can describe like the good gamer perk. Now, if there's something I can really claim as the source of my skill in video games, it really is the ability to be able to absorb a game's mechanics, its core gameplay features, how it interacts with everything that's happening around me, be it exploration, combat, puzzle solving, etc., etc. You know, pretty quickly with little hand-holding, guide reading, and tutorial videos. I mean, I do my best to learn only the thing that games teach me through the medium that the games present these tutorials through. So if there are, I know there are a lot of these videos like, 10 things that, 10, 20 things that this game doesn't teach you. I do my best to, not watch those videos, especially on my first playthrough of a game, because I want it to be as natural as possible. And, you know, there also is that element of maybe the game wants you to learn these 10 things they don't tell you right in the open in a different way, right? Maybe these secret techniques or secret things. Maybe the game wants to show it to you in their own way. Maybe not through a tutorial, not through a message in the game, but through its own game design. And that's something I genuinely like discovering for myself. Like everything else that a game doesn't teach me, I try to learn through experimentation and emergent gameplay. Now, for example, in Hunt Showdown, some weapons and bullets can make you bleed, making you lose precious HP over time that gets worse if you don't treat it. Now, before my far better skilled and veteran friends could teach me that I could actually use a medkit to heal my lost HP and treat my bleeding wound debuff, I thought of it on the spot. Like, I noticed that my medkits stop my health from going down while I am bleeding. And that is the effect also when the on-screen prompt says, yeah, press this key to stop bleeding. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's gonna treat my wound, right? And I thought, wait, when I use the medkit, it also stops my health from going down from bleeding. So I'm like, maybe this will heal the bleeding too. So I went with it. I'm assuming that using a medkit is a more efficient solution to treating a wound than a band-aid. Well, not literally, but maybe literally. I really don't know if band-aids existed at that time. But basically, it's a better solution than a band-aid solution than holding a button to cure that bleeding wound. That's what I thought. So I had this idea that stopping the bleed and then healing my health, which is 2 steps, right? You press the button, you hold the button to stop your wound from bleeding you out, and then you whip out your medkit, then you press another button to heal your lost health. I thought maybe, what if the game is, maybe they may not directly teach it, but what if you could actually do both in one step, in just one convenient move or action execution, just by using the medkit, right? That's what I meant by experimentation and emergent gameplay. Like, just by playing, I can see these scenarios in my head play out as I play. And the more these scenarios play out, there are ideas that pop in my head like, based on what I've learned, based on everything that I have learned, what if there is a way to solve this thing that's happening in front of me? How do I resolve this situation in a way that the game does not blatantly tell me, but it's kind of like nudging, hey, if you have this idea in your head, give it a shot. Maybe it will work. That's what I mean by, yeah, like quick learner perk. That really is the quick learner perk in a nutshell. Now, all in all, this Kitsune Fox VTuber that really likes to play shooting games and fighting games, as well as an unhealthy amount of Monster Hunter, Zenless Zone Zero, and Wuthering Waves, really prioritizes the word fun. Like, I have a good enough understanding, I think, that fun is not really the same for all of us. Some may define fun as getting your dailies done in a gacha game, and then I'm out. I'm logging off. I'm gonna get the rest of my day done. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm gonna cook dinner or take a shower, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm having fun just doing my dailies in a gacha game. I'm not gonna do anything else. Like, I'm good. That's fun. Some may define fun as doing the most unhinged shit in a fighting game. I mean, Ryu mains, right? Some may define fun as defeating a really tough boss under a self-imposed challenge. And honestly, what is really important is that you have fun your way. After all, you are the one playing the game. And that's really the kind of gamer I am, and that's the kind of gamer I try to be. Everything else, be it skill, humor, that for me is a bonus. My priority is always having fun. Because as a great man once said, video games should be one thing and one thing only: fun. And of course, what a lot of people forget is that fun is very subjective. Like I said, something that is like insanely difficult, people can have fun. Something that is very, quote unquote, very easy, very casual, that can also be fun. Something that is very repetitive, quote unquote, repetitive. I mean, gameplay loop, technically it is repetitive, but if it's fun, then it really is fun. Something that is very expansive, right? Like, this game takes 50, 80 hours to complete, that can also be fun. Some might think that's way too long. But on the extreme end, some might think 15, 20 hours is too short for a game. But either way, what's really important is that you're having fun with those 15 or 80 hours. And at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, what's really important, you are having fun, because games are supposed to be one thing. Fun. Fun for you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know what kind of gamer you are in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button while you're at it. It really helps the channel a lot. And as always, have a fun, everyone.